Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Guys, again, starting from scratch, my name is GamoUSA here with Airgun Web and on Airgunwebtv. Today we are going to be taking a look at some cool new stuff. I've got some stuff from Predator International. I've got another gun from Gamo we're going to take a look at. It's not a new gun, but it's one that I haven't done a lot with, and I'm excited to get out and do some more shooting with. Now, first thing I want to talk about today is we just posted a video yesterday, and as you guys may have noticed, I'm really working hard to get back to those old school reviews, and it seems like you guys are all on board, which really excites me. Now, this last video was very long, but in a day, we're like neck and neck with my Crossman video, which kind of blew things out of the water as far as early views. I mean, we're air gunners here, and we're not out blowing heads off stuff. So I get it. We're not going to be, super popular in the sense of, cars exploding. But when we get a couple thousand views in about 24 hours, those are good numbers for me. And if we can keep those going, that means I'm going to get to do a whole lot more of those old school reviews, which for me, that's pretty exciting. So, I want to do a lot of that. The more I can do, the happier I'm going to be. Now, this last video we posted was actually based on a viewer question, viewer, input. And we've talked a couple times about it, but, I want people to realize that if you guys are commenting, if I see it and it catches my attention, then I'm probably, I may actually do a video dedicated just to your question, which is where this sort of video came from. We were shooting a little while back the Gamo Magnum 177. It's the Swarm Magnum, the Gen 2. It's got the cool new flat, loading system. And a viewer commented, the speed fire's as fast as the Hotson speed fire. It isn't, and I knew that up front, and we really proved that out in the video. And the video is like 50 minutes long, but we go through everything, man. We look at crony numbers, we look at DB numbers, we look at trigger pull, we look at accuracy. We actually spend some quality time with both of these products. And truthfully, look, the Hotson Speedfire, minus a little issue we had with the scope rail and some other stuff, if that was fixed and working good, and maybe I just got a dud. Look, it's not a bad little gun at all. It's a pretty decent little gun. Is it as powerful as the Gamo? No. But we knew that. It's just not a fair fight. We've already talked about that. Now, what I hope to do is I actually have a Speedfire in 22 that I'm going to match up with like the Gamo Maxim, which those guys should be pretty neck and neck. Now, we'll see how they do. And I don't know. I'm going to reserve, I don't know. I got to throw some stuff over the crony. I don't know. It's going to be very close. So that is an upcoming video we will have, upcoming. So if you want to catch that content, you're going to need to subscribe to Modern Air Gunner, guys. It's a new channel. I really want to see that channel. Just give me the freedom to do these versus videos, head-to-head videos, stuff that, maybe doesn't perfectly fit on Airgun Web. We're going to be doing all of that stuff over on Modern Air Gunner, and it's going to have gear and everything else. So please go subscribe. It's youtube.com/modernairgunner. Super easy to find. And please subscribe over there and join us. Just got a little fraction of people over there right now, but going to keep trying to push people that way, because that's where this cool new footage, this cool new videos are going to be going, is over on Modern Air Gunner. So we have a couple things to talk about besides that. Excuse me. We're still working on bringing out Airgun Expo, and we've set the dates for March 10th through the 14th. Now, why am I telling you guys about this? Because I need you guys to watch. I need you guys to let us know you're going to watch, because we're trying to go out to manufacturers and suppliers and vendors to say, hey, you got cool new stuff, you got cool new services, let's show everybody. And so we need to know it's going to be valuable to them. We don't want to just go through the exercise of futility and vanity. That's not what we're about. We want to actually do something that lets people see what the airgun world has to offer. And so we're hoping that that could be awesome. Let's see. Yeah, your wife. Nice. Yes. Thank you, Steve. We got another subscriber over there on Modern Air Gunner. Guys, just keep hitting that. And the other cool thing we've got going on too, and if you guys haven't joined up, we have Airgun Army, and Airgun Army is just a forum It's free. It's actually designed in such a way where we can't throw a ton of advertising on it, which great. I mean, I'm not wanting to do that. It just allows us to have a forum to go and have fun. And one little thing there, what we're going to be doing on that platform is videos as we get them done and edited and all the content ready for them. We're going to publish them there first. So if you join up to Airgun Army and subscribe to the various topics, you're actually going to be able to get the footage I do, regardless of what channel it's on. You'll be able to get it before anybody else. I think that's pretty cool. So it's free. Go have fun and talk amongst yourselves and have a good time over at Airgun Army. It's airgunarmy.com. Super easy to get to. Drink of water here. Not March, May. Yes, May. Excuse me. March has passed. My wife's corrected me on the dates. It's May 10th through the 14th. Thank you, Sue. We'll edit that out. It's fine. You gotta love live stuff. So what are we going to do first? I'm thinking we should unbox something. That's what I think we should do. And I've got something here. And I've got some cool new stuff here in the studio. Watch this. I'm going to switch to this camera. Ta-ta-da! All right, so I've got my little tool here. All right, so this is a box I got in just recently. And I'm going to show you where it came from. Do you see that? What's that say? Predator International. Yes, this is from the good guys. Joe, thank you, Joe. Let's see here. I got a knife on here somewhere. All right, let's see. I'm going to... Hey, we'll just rip it open, right? Oh, yeah. There it is. All right, so this Joe sent me a little while back. Took a while to get here, which is kind of a bummer, but we did get it. Let's see. Yeah, that's working. All right, so what do we got here? We have bubble wrap. And can you guys see the color? I bet you probably already know what this is. These are the new 30 cal Hades. That is awesome. So why am I showing you guys these? Because I am going to, if the weather permits, going to go out and do a little shooting with these. Check that out. Look at that. 2 tins of some of the most valuable lead. There it goes. Some of the most valuable lead in the airgun world. We have the Hades 30 cal. What do they look like? Oh, they're taped up. Look at that. So they didn't send me used pellets. Thank you, Joe. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. All right. Yeah, those look pretty good. Now, the question is, what am I going to shoot them bad boys out of? Focus. All right, so that camera doesn't focus real well. Oh, well. I think I'm going to shoot those... Man, what have I got that's 30 cal? I think the only 30 cal I have right now is probably my JSR Raptor. Do you think maybe the guys over at FX would be really nice and send me an impact or something? You'd hope, but no, they don't return my calls. I had to give John a call and see what's up with him. All right, let's get back over here. All right, so definitely we're going to be hitting those Hades, doing some testing with those. Not quite sure what I'm going to shoot them out of, but probably, oh, do I have a 30? Oh, you know what I've got? I just remembered. I've got the 30 cal. I have a 30 cal. Got the 30 cal airspeed and max air from Evanex, the semi-autos. I wonder if they'll feed. Anyway, our next show, which will be next Tuesday, I'll have Travis up here again for the Airgun guys, and we'll be doing that over on Gateway to Airgun. So another thing to subscribe to. Sorry, guys. But we'll be doing a live show on the YouTube channel over at Gateway Airguns. And we'll talk about the results we get from the Hades and 30 cal, which I think would be pretty cool. Probably shoot the Raptor, because that's just a nice single shot, great little gun. Paul, I'd love to shoot the Carnivore. Paul's saying shoot the Carnivore. I don't have any really Hatsan guns to speak of anymore. I got rid of them all. But, you know, the one I'm kind of regretting is that 30 cal break barrel. What a beautiful gun. I gave it away, and I wish maybe I hadn't given that one away because that one was just awesome. I remember talking with Blaine about you guys should make just a 30 cal break barrel off the 135 power plant because you can, and they did. So pretty awesome gun. And maybe maybe if I could get one of the BT65 carnivores would be kind of nice. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I've got some other stuff we'll play with, and we'll go from there. So what's the next thing we're going to talk about today? Let me go ahead and grab this Gamo gun. Let me grab it real quick here. Get our unboxing table going. So people are liking my mouse pad. So awesome. Yeah, I got this. You like that, Sue? Yes, I picked something out. Nice. Anyway, doesn't matter. All right. So what do we have here? Let me switch over so you guys can see what we've got. I'm gonna transition over here. All right. So we have. There it is, and there that is. Get that out of the way. Did that work? Maybe I can rearrange this a little bit here. Put this over here. How's that? Does that work? Okay. So this is another Gamo Swarm variant. Oh, kick it around here. Now I have had this open, so this isn't like a brand new raw unboxing. This is the Fusion 10X Gen 2. Now this has been out a while. I actually did a video for Pyramid Air on this gun some time back, and I was kind of curious as to what it was going to do power-wise, and I think the one I had, I don't know if it was just an early model or what, but it didn't perform like I had hoped it did. I mean, just truthfully, it did okay, but I was hoping for more out of it, so I asked Gamo to please send me another one, let me take another look at this, and I got it. So this is what Gamo's doing now. They are building these really nice air guns. If you guys can see this, probably can't because it's washed out. I'll have to get my other camera. I've got a couple better cameras other than the one. And forget my big old belly. Maybe less snacks, less sugar, and less seconds at dinner, and maybe I'll lose some weight. That's a lot of work, though. That sounds like too much work. Anyway, so what they're doing is they've got these in different variations. They've got the Maxim, they've got the Swarm Magnum, they've got all these different versions of guns with the Swarm system on it, and they've moved to the Gen 2, which uses a couple different mags, which is really nice, and I love the way that they've kept the open sights on this. These guns have a 5-year warranty. Now, one of the things I'll say on this, if you guys get an air gun, and I've seen it a lot on comments where this air gun sucks, it lasted a week and died. Well, you know, that right there, the 5-year warranty is specifically there that if that happens, get it fixed. Hold the manufacturers accountable to honor the warranty. I'm in a fight right now. This is not at all airgun related, but I'm in a fight with Dell. I bought a computer 4 years ago. I know this isn't Airguns, guys, but it goes to the point. I bought a computer about 4 years ago, bought the super special on-site, everything warranty. I had it for a while. It died. They sent it in, replaced something. I got it back and died. And then they eventually replaced the computer because it's going to be like 3 months to get the motherboard. So I get the new computer, and this was a year ago, and that one had a problem. And gosh, we thought we had it fixed, but it didn't fix. So I'm sitting here with this expensive gaming computer, and it doesn't work. So I'm on with Dell again and saying, why isn't this computer working? And they said, oh, well, send it in. So I sent it in. They sent it back, still broken. And I'm having just to hold their feet to the fire to fix their product and honor their warranty. So all of that comes to this. If you buy a product that's got a 5-year warranty and you got a problem with it, make them honor the warranty. Not a big deal. Call them up, say, hey, the gun doesn't work, and then make them fix it. So I say do that, hold them accountable to it, make them fix it. They give you a 5-year warranty, make the most out of it. All right, so enough of that. Let's take a look at this beast. Okay, so power-wise, I'm going to check something real quick. Let me just flip over to this here. I'm going to go over to GamoUSA.com, and I'm going to take a look at what they say about, let's see, rifles. Do they have it listed? Maybe I can search for it. Oh. Let's do this. That's 22. We'll do that. Ooh. I want to get distracted because I haven't seen some of this new product. Let's move on. Move on, Rick. Let's see. Oh, I got that coming out. Go away. Oh, here it is. Whisper Fusion Elite. No, that's different. All right, I'm going to have to make a phone call because they're like putting out new guns that I haven't played with yet, and that is not right. I'm definitely going to have to get with them on these guns because I'm supposed to get this stuff first. What's up with these guys? All right, enough of that. Just trying to find this particular gun. Is it this one right here? Oh, I found it. Just took forever. All right, so here's the gun. And they're saying that velocity's 970 with PBA. Now let's go back over. I want to see what just the maxim is. The Swarm maxim. Let's see. Swarm right here. Okay, so this is saying 975. Okay, so when I originally saw this gun, let me go back to the screen over here. When I originally saw this gun, I thought that it was going to be like the old Fusion, which was you had like the Big Cat, and then you had the Fusion, and then you had the Magnum. So I thought this it could have sat in the middle, and that's probably why my original review. Now that I'm thinking about it, I thought maybe I was expecting more out of it. But if it's got the same power plant as the Maxim, well, we're dealing with the same gun with a different layout. If that's fine with me. I'm actually good with that. I think the Swarm Maxim is a phenomenally good gun, and what I love about it is because it doesn't have some super huge power plant, the recoil is very manageable, and it's very easy to shoot, easy to cock. It's a nicer gun for more people. So if that's what we have here, that's going to be exciting. What is nicer, though, is unlike the Swarm Maxim, you're going to get your open sights here. So now they do have the Swarm, the one I had on the page here. Let me click back over here. This, they need to update their artwork because their new Swarm Maxim actually has the Gen 2 mags, but it still doesn't have the sights. So if you want the open sights, we're going to need to go to this guy right here. And as you can see, it's got open sights on the... Well, I can show you here. Let me just switch back over here. Let's open the box up. Okay, like I said, I have been into this box, so we're not going to be able to take the pretty plastic off and all that stuff. It is already open, so let's take a look here. All right, so here's the gun. Woo! There. I've got these different magazines here. Got our scope. I don't know what scope comes with. Oh, it's a 3-9x4. Okay, I know exactly which one it is. So, all right. You notice what I'm doing this time is I'm hiding my big fat belly with the box. There we go. All right, so here's our gun. So pretty cool. Now we have these different magazines, and I got two the same, and then this one's a little different. Let me see if I switch over to my other camera here. I do like having all these cameras. It's kind of cool. All right, so we've got these three different mags here. Does that work? Okay. So this one, if you notice, it's got like a ridge or a bump on it here. And what that does is that's the inertia-driven mag system. So it doesn't actually cock, or it doesn't actually advance to the next pellet until the gun cocks. So if I'm loading my pellets, you'll hear it click. All right. But in order to get that to go, you've got to bump this little red button. Now what happens is when you bump that little red button, actually the recoil does that for you, so you don't have to manually do that. But the recoil will shake that little button and advance the pellet. That helps prevent double feeding, which is something that can happen with these mags. You know, it's more of a jamming prevention and double feeding prevention than anything, but I really do like this. The fact that it helps you know, at least somewhat stop that. Thing's pretty cool. All right, let's switch back over to the gun. All right, so, you know, key features, we've got our recoil reducing rail. This has become a mainstay on Gamo air guns, and the reason is because when you go ahead and put your scope on here, let me pull this out here. There's a knife on here because I used it earlier. Okay. are. Okay, here's our scope. Okay, so what happens, and you guys, if you watch my video that I did, let me get this, let me get the crackling done. Hold on, let me get this done. All right. Done. So if you watch the video between the Hotson and the Speedfire, we had ratcheted the Speedfire scope down on the rail, but they have no stops. It's just clamps. And by the time I had done a bunch of testing, it actually loosened up, and you actually, it's painful to watch. You can actually watch it walk back off the back of the scope rail. I didn't realize it until I set the gun down that as we're going through, it might have been through the DB tests. I don't remember. I think it was through the DB tests. I went and set it down, and I'm like, holy, that's not good. We got to fix that. So cranked them back down again, and it held for the rest of the testing. But you know, that's something that Gamo knows that's a problem. So what have they done? Well, they give you a very robust scope mount to begin with. So this thing is like robust, right? So you've got a full rail, you've got a really robust stop pin, and now we get to why you need this recoil reducing rail. You have a lot of mass here, okay? So when that gun fires, it's trying to control all of this mass. So by having this rail and this little rubber bumper and all of this sort of here, it helps stop transmitting. It helps some of the recoil to not transmit. Is that making sense? It helps to stop the recoil transmitting into the scope, which helps your scope last. So, all right, so we talk about scopes and air guns and bundled optics as we just pitch them. Don't pitch this scope. It's actually a pretty decent scope. You know, I do wish they would make a mil-dot reticle. It's just a duplex reticle. That's probably the one thing I really wish they would do differently. But it's aluminum. It's got weight to it. It feels sturdy. And these things have held up on their guns, even the Magnum. So, you know, that's a testimony of the quality of the scope. They also, even though I wish this also was adjustable objective or side focus would be really nice, but even though it's neither one of those, they've set the parallax at a reasonable distance so that when you go to use it, you can actually use the full magnification starting at like maybe 25 yards, which is great. So really decent airgun scope, not perfect, and I'm going to keep asking them to please change how they do things that way, but you know, it's not a bad scope for an automatic scope. All right, so when you mount this, it locks into that rail. So it locks into that hole. So you've got that little pin. You guys can see. Can you see that pin? My finger's in the way. You can see that pin there. Okay. And then you've got that hole. Banging the mic. You've got that hole there. And you line that up, right? And it just drops into place. And now you take the included tool and just tighten it up. And these are actually spring-loaded, so it's kind of nice. I mean, it really, oops. Okay, so normally I would be using a rifle rest to do this, and maybe we'll get one of those for my little makeshift studio. And I normally would be in my other studio, but we had a ton of wind today. This will work good. And it would have just been miserable in there trying to deal with the wind noise. So, all right, get this latched or ratcheted down here. All right, and there we are. The other thing you'll want to do when you mount a scope like this, especially out of the box, out of the, packing material, don't just assume that the scope mounts are tight. We didn't do Squirrel Master Classic this year, which is kind of a bummer because I really like going out there. And the last year I went, I kind of was more of a technical consultant than a competitor, which was fine. I actually enjoy that part of it, making sure everything is... by the way, Jamie, thank you. I saw your comment earlier, and I apologize for not acknowledging you sooner. You guys with the Gamo air rifle enthusiasts, thank you so much for for coming on board and watching the stream. And also, if you get a chance and you haven't watched the video I posted yesterday where we took a look at the Swarm Magnum versus the Hatsan Speedfire, take a look. I thought that turned out to be a really good video. All right, so I do like the Squirrel Master Classic. What I found, though, is that oftentimes people will just mount the scope and then go shoot when these screws up top here are also not tight, so then they can't get any accuracy and don't know why. So I'm just going to take a quick look here, right down at you guys. Okay, so, you know, another design thing I wish Gamo would do a little better is let us get the scope back a little further because it's uncomfortable. Just so you know, it's square. I mean, it's mounted square, but I'm going to need to move this back for me to really be able to use the scope. I'll do that later. But anyway, so that is, you know, basically now you'd be ready to go. A little tip I found in setting up so many guns for Gamo at those events. Most of the time, the left and right is fine out of the scope box. What has to be adjusted is your up and down. And what I have found is that if you simply crank the knob 2 times, 2 full rotations, bringing your shot up, puts you pretty close to where you want to be at 20 or 30 yards. So maybe that doesn't work all the time, but gosh, I've set up 50 of these things, maybe more, and they were all basically the same. 2 rotations, bringing the shot up, and you're pretty much on paper. From there, you can fine-tune it. Okay, so what else do we have going on here? Well, obviously, we have these really nice sights, and I'm going to probably switch over to my other camera here. Maybe if I can get the... There we go. Let's do that. Let me switch over to this one. Okay, so move me out of the way. Okay, so what you have here are micro-click adjustable sights, which are awesome. You have left and right and up and down, and these have a very distinct click to them. So that is very awesome. And the fiber optics on these, I don't know how to show you that. Well, no, that's camera's not over. Yeah, never mind. I can just say that unlike some that are really fat and not real clean, these are very fine and precise. And when you're using fiber optic sights, you want them fine and precise. It gives you your best accuracy. And you have that carried over on the front side as well. I don't know if you guys can see just that fine filament that's there. You can, just barely there in the camera. That is just a very fine filament. And when you look down... well, you're not going to see them because the scope's in the way. They just get really bright. I should have done that before I put the scope on. Anyway, the other thing I'll say about this, which is nicer than, say, the Swarm Magnum, very similar stock, right? Let me switch back to the other camera here. We're going to go here. All right. The Swarm Magnum, and I got to move myself around. I'm going to put myself down here. All right, so the Swarm Magnum has a much higher cheek cone, and what I found with trying to use the Swarm Magnum with that higher cheek riser, I had a real hard time using the open sights. But this is a much more gentle profile. It's almost even, so I can definitely see that that's going to be better for just the open sights. And in reality, given that this has less power, you know, maybe we could just put the scope aside for that first review and just shoot this with open sights. I think that would be a hoot. Maybe we'll do that just to see how it goes, because open sights are cool and more people need to use them. Okay. All right, here we go. So we've got this. What else we want to talk about? We've got a shrouded barrel. That's nothing new. We've got the Whisper front end. Again, you know, one of the things we'll do, which will be, you know what blew my mind? Off topic for a minute. What blew my mind over on the Magnum video is how quiet the dog got. I would not have thought that the gun would have registered only 91 dB, 91, maybe it's 91.9. So let's say 92, just I don't remember the numbers. 92 dB with heavy pellets, obviously. It was not cracking sound barrier. But the mechanics of the gun, the mechanicals were so quiet as compared to like the Hatsan, which was like 95 and some change. So that's a big difference in noise, you know, sound pressure levels. So very impressed with the mechanics of the Magnum. This has less going on as far as power striking force. So we get the dB meter out and see how it does, but that could be very cool. We've got the trigger. You know, I actually had a recent discussion with Gamo on the trigger. This is their custom action trigger, and it is adjustable, air quotes, to worse than it is. You can't really make it better than it is out of the box, but all of the ones I've been testing recently have been sub 2 pounds, like 1.5 pounds. I mean, do we need a lighter trigger pull really in a field rifle? It's 1.5 pounds, guys. I think that's very good. For whatever reason, we think we got to adjust stuff. That's just a guy thing. We got to tweak it. We got to turn a knob. We got to twist something. Got to pour oil in something. That's just what we do. You know, actually, these guns just work. Just work. So I think what I'm going to do is my video coming up with this gun, I'm going to pop the scope off and do my first video without the scope. I think that'll be really good. We'll do an old school video review, get all the numbers, all the stats. We'll do it without the scope, and then I'll come back around and maybe I'll do a hunting video or something with the scope on it. That'd be kind of cool. All right, so again, the magazines, you guys have seen this. They pop in like that. And this one will use either the inertia-driven mags or the standard mag. So very cool. Very nice to see, a very fun to use and easy to use break barrel to take out to the field. Guys, I'm going to take a quick peek and see if there are any questions that have come in that I want to answer on the video we posted yesterday. In the meantime, if you have any questions that you want to throw in the chat, because I got like all my screens up here, go ahead and kick them over. So let me transition over to here. And I'm going to go and look at the feed. This is our video from yesterday. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. We have got...
I have a new video.
No, I don't want to hear me. We got almost 2,100 views in a little over 24 hours, which is pretty awesome. Let's see if there's any kind of question here. Looks like just people like it, which, you know, that's what I asked. If this is the kind of stuff you guys like to see, you know, let's do more of it. Yeah, you got somebody here asking about the Magfire. I've actually probably, you know, what I had to do with the speed fires, I just had to buy it. I'm not going to get anything promotional from that direction. I had to just simply buy one. And Crossman and I have a decent relationship, but they're just not right now in a we're going to give you Airguns to review mood. So I'll probably just have to buy that. So the next time I place my dealer order with Air Venturi, if they have any in stock, I'll probably pick up 177 and 22 so I can do our videos and compare them. And what we may want to do is kind of like a round robin competition and, you know, have the winner and then bring up a challenger. I don't know. We'll do something that way to keep it fun and exciting. So let's see here. Well, that's an interesting head-to-head. Somebody's asking about a head-to-head between the Rex. Jamie is asking me, will there be a chance of a live stream and a live fire review and pellet test? Yes, absolutely. And let me say this, Jamie, if you go look at... Here, I'll just show you. No. The Airgun Expo. If we go over here, eventually, chugging away very slowly. All right, so if you check out the virtual range day here, then you'll see we did a video of the 177 Gamo, and we did it live. So the Airgun Expo is what we actually are setting up for live range days. I do have the gear, and as the weather gets better and the wind isn't so terrible because the dust is horrible right now where we live, I can do live reviews. I really would like to do that. I think that would be a hoot. We can just do the unboxing, scoping, sighting. It's take forever. If you guys have the patience to sit through 5 to 6 hours, it won't be that long. Well, God, I hope not. But yeah, I think we could do live stuff, and if you guys want to see that, let me know. I'll go do it. So anyway, take a look at this. We did the Swarm Magnum. We did the Origin, and we did the Benjamin Caden. So we did these 3 guns live, Travis and I did, and we had, you know, picture-in-picture with the target, using the phone scope, no, excuse me, using the Hawk, big Hawk spotting scope with one of my DSLR cameras mounted to it, using it like the lens. And so we could actually stream live target footage. So it was just very cool. So yes, short answer after all that is yes, we can do live. And if you guys like that and want to see that, shoot, I'll go do it. I'll throw up my 360 cam and you guys can look around in circles. I don't care. But it'd be fun. So let me zip back over to questions here. Okay, so we had a guy asking, do a head-to-head between the Rex 50 cal and the Dragon Claw. And that actually is a darn good idea. We've got a shipment of some 50 cals coming in. We're almost out, but we have, a little spoiler alert, we have some new products coming in from Evanex here with our next shipment. We're bringing back the sniper. Thank God. It has been like pulling teeth to get Mr. Lee to build the doggone thing. And we're going to have the sniper. Now, we're not going to have the X2 sniper yet, but this is the old side lever, awesome looking, beastly, mean, gnarly looking air gun. The old sniper. It is awesome, and we'll have it. I've got it in 35. No, I didn't get 35. I thought it was kind of a wasted caliber. I got it in 30. Gosh, the Hades in that. I can't wait. 30 caliber, 45, and 50 cal. And that's a multi-shot. So that would be... See, those are the kind of views or videos I think people would dig. And that's the kind of stuff I'm looking to get doing some more. So that's a pretty good suggestion. We'll probably do that. Let's see. Guys asking about the lethal pellets. I haven't been real happy with those, but hey, if they work for you, awesome. I think heavier on those Magnum guns is better than lighter, just generally. You'll have better accuracy, better consistency, and you'll just have a better time with it. So I would definitely get rid of that rubber band. Don't play with it too much. Do that. So stick with heavier pellets. I think you'll be happier. See if there's anything else here. Oh. Somebody's talking about use the blue flame. I don't have any. If Gamo sends me some, I could throw them. I know those will go very fast. They're going to be even faster than I was getting out of the Platinum PBAs, I believe. Those are just really fast pellets, but I just don't have any. And trying to get pellets and ammo right now is tough. So we kind of work with what we got for the short term anyway. All right, guys, I guess that's going to be it. That's all I got here for questions right now that I care to take a look at. And unless anybody has got stuff they want to throw up here in the chat, I think we're going to call it a night. Guys, thank you for coming up and spending time with me. I know that we're on a new channel and we're kind of new here. We don't have a ton of people yet, but I hope you guys will let people know to come watch. And you can share it after this. It'll be saved on Airgunwebtv, and you can save it and share it, or, you know, put it on your page if you want. And then we're also going to be republishing these as podcasts. Number one, I don't know why people would do that, but people really like to listen to them. So I'll put them up as a podcast, and we'll also put them up as videos on the Airgunwebtv channel over on YouTube. So really quickly, just kind of going through what we've got going on this year, which is different than all of our years previously. We're segmenting our content. I've talked about this many times, but I just want you guys to know where you can find stuff. Hardcore reviews, that's that single gun review, Airgun Web. Versus stuff, that's going to be on Modern Airgunner, and everything else Airgun related will be over there. Hunting and all that kind of stuff could be on Airgunwebtv. The live stuff on Airgunwebtv. So we're trying to spread things out so that if you want to see hunting stuff, you don't get inundated with stuff you don't want to see. If you want to see just hardcore reviews, you don't get inundated with stuff you don't want to see. You kind of get to choose what you want. And hopefully that works out, and we're kind of growing it. So anything you guys could do to help us is just so appreciated. We really do appreciate when you guys can help us out getting that done, because without you, we got nothing. So you guys are the reason I've gone back to this old school stuff, and because it's what you guys wanted. And I hope you guys keep watching, and I hope you keep sending your suggestions, because I wanna give you guys what you want to see. Guys, that's going to be it for now. Thank you again so much for coming up here and hanging out with me tonight. A little bit longer than normal, but hey, I hope we had a good time. And if you have any questions, gosh, email me, shoot me a message in Messenger, and I'll do my best to get back with you. Guys, that's it for now. My name's Rick Utzer here with Airgun Web, Airgunwebtv. Thanks for watching.